In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Djarin or Mandalorian and the Child. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video, and welcome to my review of the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Djarin or Mandalorian is also known, and of course the Child or Baby Yoda figure there. He's on this beautiful looking card back, he's got loads of accessories, and of course this was kind of known as the Mandalorian Build-Up Pack before we actually got official images and the official name. You can now see that it's actually just called Djarin or the Mandalorian on the name pill there. And we're going to get right into this now. There's a few surprises about this figure, so if you do happen to like this video, don't forget to drop a like down below because that really does help the channel. Now, originally when I saw this, I mistakenly thought that this was going to be a removable helmet because we do know that you get to see Djarin's head in this, but it is in actual fact a removable head or separate head because you can see it there, just there in the bubble behind this awesome looking sticker. I love it when they do this kind of thing with the stickers for the build-up packs. It's very, very similar to the Sith Trooper that came with all those extra weapons. You can see the Child there, and you can also see the Camtono, I think they're called, or the little ice cream maker which holds the Beskar pieces, which he's also got there. He's also got his disintegrator rifle there, of course, and we can also see that he does have his sidearm blaster in his holster there as well. So that's pretty cool. The card back I do like. They've gone with the orange again for the name pill and behind the figure. It is a little bit of a shame that the bubble is quite big because it does cut off a lot of the image, and it's a very nice image of Djarin. I'm thinking that it might slightly be out of focus, but that's just nitpicking really. We've got the Kenner logo at the bottom there, of course. We've got the Mandalorian with the racetracks going around. Absolutely awesome. And one of the surprises as well is that this figure does actually have a number in the line. It's VC177. And of course we will be getting a standard Beskar Mandalorian. This is the one that's got all the battle damage and everything. So that's actually three that we're going to be getting. So we're going to get this one here with the battle damage. We're going to get a standard Beskar Mandalorian in the normal line, in the Captain Rex and Darth Vader wave with Moff Gideon. And then, of course, we're going to be getting the exclusive one in the Razor Crest that has the soft goods cape, so he can sit in the cockpit and whatever. But he does look fantastic, doesn't it? And it's great to have this. And I do apologise now if I am a little bit overexcited, perhaps, but I'm still buzzing from watching The Mandalorian yesterday. And to have this arrive in the post today, that just topped the weekend off for me. Fantastic looking figure. And yep, there's the back. And we're going to get straight into this now. We're going to open this up. And one thing I really want to do as well is compare the size of the Child to the Black Series version. Alright, so there's the figure in the tray. As you can see, we've got the figure, the disintegrator rifle, we've got the Child, the little Camtono, I think that's how it's pronounced. We've got the Beskar pieces, and the head there looks so much better than the actual official images. I think that's a massive improvement. I was a bit worried for a little while. I mean, the Black Series one doesn't look great, but this one looks pretty good. So let's get the figure out and let's check him out. Alright, so first up we're going to take a quick look at the accessories, and here is the little ice cream maker or Camtono, which basically would hold your Beskar. So it's got a little door here which opens up like that, so you can put the Beskar in there. You can close that up and it does actually fit nicely and tight. And then also you can take the lid off completely as well if you wanted as well. And here is the Beskar piece, just a little sort of gunmetal grey piece of plastic. And then of course, you know, you could just drop that in there like that and then put the lid on, and it's got these little clips here with these little holes. And the lid just clips on like that, which is very cool. Nice, some nice little details on there. It's not just white. We've got some, you know, grey paint there, which is pretty cool. Very nice accessory indeed. And I would imagine that his hand's going to be able to carry that as well with that little handle there, which is awesome. You also get a single piece of Beskar for him to hold in his hand. It's literally just one little single piece. So that's pretty cool. Also included is his jetpack, which was hiding behind the figure. So you will have to take his cape off, his plastic cape, when you take his head off, basically, because you will be able to take his head off because we've obviously got the spare head. So that's got some nice detailing to it. It's very nice sculpt, and that sort of shiny silver paint, very nice indeed. He also comes with his rifle here, which is pretty much an exact replica of the one that came with the original Mandalorian back earlier this year. The brown handle is ever so slightly different, but apart from that, it's exactly the same. But as with the other one, it's painted very nicely. Got a bit of gold on there as well, and obviously the brown. So very nice indeed. Obviously got the little peg there to put on his back. And then we have this pretty awesome head for him. And I've got to say, look at that. I think they've done a fantastic job with that. At least with mine, he's got his little stubble there on his little moustache and under his chin, which they've captured really, really well. I think the hair is sculpted really well indeed. You can see he has this little barbell there for articulation. So we've got the ball in the head and then one that goes into the neck. But I think that is really good. I think that wipes the floor with the Black Series one. I mean, obviously I haven't seen the Black Series one in hand, but from the images, this one is far superior. And look at that. That's a 3.75 inch head there. That's unbelievable. And now moving on to the child figure, which looks really, really good. And you'll be amazed to know that it is actually significantly smaller than the Black Series one. So this is the Black Series version. And you can see that he is significantly smaller. So he is in scale. I mean, I've always used this one with my 3.75 inch Mandalorian. And I didn't think it ever looked too bad. But I think this one is much more in scale. He probably comes up to about his knee, which is about right. And the great thing about this little guy is that he still has the articulation, the same as the Black Series one, except for the feet. So the feet are sculpted in, but he still has the arms. So they still move. And he does have a articulated head. He's got a little ball joint in there, so that moves around. So you can get some really cool poses with him. Doing his little force thing there. Really, really good face sculpt on there as well. For something so small, they've really captured the detail in my opinion. So I'm really, really happy with that. And obviously this is going to be different to the child that you're going to be getting in the Razor Crest. They have said that it will be a different sculpt and different paint and what have you. But I'd imagine the scale will be exactly the same. So there he is, the child. Okay, so moving on to the figure. And man, just look at that. Look at the way he's shining in the light. That silver is amazing paint, and all the battle damage you can see on the helmet and on the chest, on his shoulder pads. He even has the Mudhorn insignia on there, which you can see pretty well. And if you look at this little piece of Beskar that I put in his hand, it actually does have the little Beskar insignia in the corner, even on this tiny piece of plastic. You can just see it there glistening. Absolutely amazing. Obviously, this figure shares the sculpt with the original Mandalorian, and I'm just going to bring him in for comparison purposes so you can see that, you know, much of the figure is kit bash, but that's obviously going to happen. Of course, he has different shoulders from where he's upgraded to his Beskar. And I would imagine that the Beskar figure that we get in the vintage collection in the wave at the end of the year, stroke beginning of next year, I don't think he'll have any of the battle damage on. I think he'll be a completely clean Beskar Mandalorian, much like the Black Series one. But this one, as you can see, has got all the damage going on. I mean, look at the paintwork on there. Really, really good. Of course, he does have the plastic cape, which we're going to take off in a minute because he does have this hole in his back for his jetpack. But we'll just lift that up there just so you can see some of the detail going on with the figure. I mean, the paintwork is exceptional. It's got to be said. There is so much detail going on with this guy. Look at the detail of the bullets on his, or his shells or whatever on his legs there. The shine that they've used on the paintwork for the Beskar, it just looks so good. Mixed in with the battle damage, you know, they've just knocked this one out the park. Absolutely amazing figure. This probably goes right up as one of my favourite vintage collection figures. It, you know, the amount of work and attention to detail that's gone into this guy is unbelievable. And now we're going to take the helmet off, take the cape off and put the jetpack on and see if that manages to stay on. So that's what it looks like after I've popped the head off. Literally just like the head itself, the helmet has a little barbell in there. Very nice indeed. And this is just going to lift off very nicely like so. And then I just want to test out the jetpack. So here's the jetpack. I'd imagine you could have the cape with the jetpack because they've just done it there just so you can get it in there, but let's see if we can get that in. I don't think you're going to get that in too far because of the cape. It's not going to go in as far as it should. So you could take that off like so, and then hopefully this is going to sit more flush. Let's try and get that in. It stays in. It probably isn't as flush as it should be, as you can see there, which is a bit of a shame. You know, the peg's just a little bit too long because it probably allows for the cape. But I guess with the cape it will look okay. But yeah, you can really see the back, you know, how much space you've got there between the jetpack and his back. But let's just put the cloak back on, or the cape rather. And then let's put that in there, and then we can see what he looks like. So there you go. There he is with his jetpack, and that's what he looks like from the front. So that does actually fit under there quite well. Actually, that droops down very nice. All right, let's put the head on him and see what he looks like. All right. So the problem with this is that he obviously doesn't show his face too often in the show. He only shows it at the end of Series 1 in front of IG-11 when he's all battered and bruised and whatever, which is why he's got all the battle damage on his armor. It's supposed to depict that part of the show. But you wouldn't really want to waste this head sculpt. I mean, look at that. He looks so good. I can't believe how well they've done this. It looks absolutely amazing. As I say, it's a shame that he doesn't take the helmet off in the show, as you know, as much as you'd like, because obviously I wouldn't mind displaying the figure looking like that. I think it looks fantastic. And there he is. There you go. See, the rocket pack did fall out there. That's the only problem I can see with this. And obviously you've got also the hole on there for his rifle to be on his back, which you're not going to be able to have at exactly the same time as that, obviously. But there you go. And there's his blaster. Same blaster as before. It's going to fit perfectly in his hand. With the trigger finger. There you go. Just give you a good look at that head sculpt. Look at that. Fantastic. They've done such a good job. I'm so pleased with this figure. You might even want two of them to display, one with the helmet on and one with off. It's up to you. But there you go. Here they are side by side. So we've got the Mandalorian, how he starts at the start of the show with all his old armour. And then we've got him in his Beskar armour here, albeit completely beat up from when the Incinerator Trooper and Moff Gideon blew up the E-Web cannon thing in the final episode of Series 1. Now, I'm not going to go through the articulation of this figure because it is exactly the same as, you know, the standard Mandalorian. He's got all the articulation you need, basically, for a 3.75-inch vintage collection figure. So then, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As I said, I'm just so excited about the Mandalorian that it's back. Season 2. The first episode of Season 2 was fantastic. It's so good to have it back. And then to get this figure arrive the very next day, such a good figure as well. You're going to want to get this one in your collections, no doubt about it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I thank you very much for watching this. Do drop a like down below to help the video, and of course we'll see you on the next one.